Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where I take trade paperbacks and single issues and I break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then I read them dramatically back to you, sometimes yelling into the microphone, sometimes adding voices, but at the end of the day, I have narratively told you the storyline that you need to know so that you can understand your favorite comic books and go buy the next issue. That's the entire purpose of our comic book Complete Story Series. And today, we're going to be giving you the finale to Shattered Grid. Now, let me give you a quick recap, but I do highly recommend going to the playlist down below and just watching the series. But in an alternate timeline, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers basically lost to Tommy Oliver, who became truly evil and combined the powers of the Green Dragon and the White Tiger to become the Black Dragon. Using the powers of the Black Dragon, he then fought against the multiverse, and now his ultimate plan has come to fruition, in which he is attempting to take all of the Morphin devices from the different Morphin Power Ranger grids like Time Force and Hyper Force and Ninja Storm. He's taken them all and he's becoming insanely powerful. It is now up to the Power Rangers to save the entire Power Ranger multiverse. I really do recommend you watch all of it, but hey, at least you know what's going on. Enjoy. In our last video, Jason was successful in extracting Dr. K from Corinth so that the Rangers may have a fighting chance against Drakken and his powerful dragon cannons. Just as time was running out, Alpha 5's distress call was heard, and dozens of Rangers from different timelines began to show up, lending their strength for the upcoming battle. And now all that is left to do is gain the aid of one person that no one thought could or would help. Rita, Repulsa. As Zordon and Kruger make their way down the halls of Rita's palace, Rita sits up going, My, how the times have changed. Zordon tells her, indeed they have. And Kruger tells her, trust us, you were not our first choice. Rita smirks, stating, yes, do turn your snout up in my throne room. Most wise decision, doggy. Zordon tells her, we have come here today because of the current threat that affects all of us. Lord Drakken's methods continue to put a massive strain on the grid. If he is not stopped, all of existence will soon come to an end. Rita looks at her nails, stating, and you think that I'm scared about a Power Ranger, much less one ending reality? You are more foolish than I thought for the last 10,000 years. Zordon then goes on, stating, Drakken has become increasingly more powerful. His original powers still root in your magic, or at least the magic of his Rita Repulsa. Rita asks, what do you mean by that? And Kruger tells her, it means in my world, he killed you and sent the Black Dragon Zord here. Or did you not know that? Rita stares for a moment and Zordon says, we have known each other for over a millennia. I would not be here if there is any other way. For the fate of reality, we need you to do what no one else has been doing, including yourself. We need you to save us all. Meanwhile, at the forges of Drakken's tower, Drakken continues his work as Finster 5 tells him that he just received word that the scouts have dozens of rangers appearing. As Drakken pulls the cauldron he was heating, Finster 5 says, oh, the forges were able to melt down the ninja steel. That is great news. Drakken pours the molten metal over his blade, stating, yes, this will provide a stronger connection to the grid itself. Dinjor knows what we build the tower for. We must prepare. Back at the command center, Jason rallies the new Rangers, telling them that no matter how much power Drakken has stolen, he will never be a part of what they all are. They've all been briefed and they know the plan of attack. They must ready themselves. This will possibly be the greatest challenge they have all ever faced. But together, they will fight, whether they stand or whether they fall. They are Power Rangers. With one bellowing cry, all of the Rangers in the crowds throw up their arms, shouting, Power Rangers! As everyone begins to get ready for their final battle, Kim tells Jason that was a pretty awesome speech, and Jason laughs, stating, thanks, Lauren helped me write it. He then reaches behind, stating that he would also like her to pilot the Megazord. Kim asks how could she do that? It's currently in the Dragon Zord battle mode. The pterodactyl isn't even a part of it. Jason holds out the dragon dagger, and as she sheds a tear, she takes it, giving her the dragon armor. With everyone ready, the Rangers teleport to Drakken's moon tower, and they quickly see that Drakken has already amassed all of his forces ready to stop them. Jason looks out asking Lauren what does she think, and Lauren asks, what do you really want to know? I was thinking that no matter how this goes, I'm really glad that we got to. But before she could finish, an explosion goes off, throwing everyone to the side. And Jason shouts to everyone, suit up! Is everyone ready? As the other Rangers all yell ready, Jason leads the charge, shouting, all right, Power Rangers, go! Inside of the tower, two red sentries keep watch, but they're suddenly electrocuted and they fall to the ground. Zordon, Rita, Ninjor, and Kruger step out of the shadows, and Kruger asks, why are we all here again? Rita tells him because of the magic and the energy, no matter the world. It all works on the same principle. The more someone returns to a place, the more it takes on that person's aura. She then holds out her staff, highlighting Drakken's aura as it floats around the throne, and Ninjor says that he recognizes that signature. The Wizard of Deception, the cost for something like that. And Rita says that she knows, and like she said, only she can save them. She snaps her fingers, creating a small candle with a flame and smiles. Outside of the tower, the war rages on as the Rangers push themselves closer and closer to Drakken's tower. And as things begin to look up, there's a flash of light, and Drakken appears, cutting down one of the Rangers. Another runs up to attack, but Drakken holds out his sword, absorbing their power, stating, "I never got this one." All of the Rangers begin to charge in, and they all begin to hear a loud scream as Drakken's dragon swords begin to fly overhead. One of the Rangers in the Megazord calls out for everyone to watch out, but the dragon lowers its head, eating one of the Megazords completely. Another group lunges in at Drakken, and as they get close, Drakken releases a pulse of energy, knocking them all away, and he begins to absorb all of their powers. Kim calls out to Drakken, and when he looks back, she tells him, "Absorb this!" And she fires a string on her bow, firing the dragon dagger into his chest as he absorbs it. But he brushes it away, stating that she just landed her best shot and it still wasn't. Then he begins to groan, and he falls to his knees, and he sees his armor starting to crack, and he asks, "What is happening?" Kim runs towards him, and Drakken teleports to his throne room, only to be greeted by Rita's voice telling him, well, I would offer you a seat, but clearly I'm in it. Drakken tries to get up, asking, "What did you do?" And Rita says, "Nothing that special, just lit a mystical candle with a little spell or two." Drakken coughs while laughing. "So you made a deal with the devil to stop me?" And Zordon tells him, "We had no other choice." Rita stands up, stating that as the candle burns, so will his powers. But she also has never been one to wait around. Zordon says that is not what they've agreed on, and Rita looks back, telling him, "See, that's the difference between us, Zordon. You were never willing to take the necessary steps to." But just then, everyone is hit with a full blast of energy as Finster 5 lowers Zed's staff, and he says that he's been wanting to do that for a long time. He runs over asking what's wrong, and Drakken looks at the candle, stating that it's stripping his powers away. Finster runs over, smacking the candle out, stating that they should be rid of it then. And Drakken tells him that it's no use, he can feel it already fading. They have no other choice, they have to use all of the morphers. Finster 5 stops him, shouting that they can't. He warned him before, using morphers already used will be an incredibly unstable situation, and he cares for him too much to. Drakken looks back, smiling. "Thank you, my friend, for everything." Finster 5 says, "Please, do not do this to your..." But before he could finish, Drakken takes a deep breath, trying to hold back his tears, and he snaps Finster 5's neck. He then slowly makes his way to the lab, where he grabs a switch, pushing the button. Bright lights begin to swirl around Drakken as he screams in pain, and as he does, everything fades to white. Back outside, the Drakken Dragonzord releases another blast of energy, and Jason asks, "Is there any weaknesses to this thing?" Billy radios back negative, whatever this Zord, and another Ranger calls out, "Serpentera!" But Billy goes back, stating that Serpentera is protecting the tower at all costs. Jen then says that she might have an idea. Her transportal system retains data from the Time Force archives. She's attempting to scramble the schematics on the Zords that they have, and a few seconds later, Jen shouts that she's got one. She's gonna need Kendall, RJ, and Kat, all to call on their Zords. Hyperforce Rangers, prepare your Megazord! Coinless Trini then uses the Black Dragon to make it grow. Now get ready. All of the Rangers' Zords begin to connect, and Zach watches as it starts to grow in size, and he asks, what do we call that thing? One of the Rangers from inside asks, how about they survive first before naming it? Jason then jumps up, kicking one of the red sentries, asking, "Does anyone have a spare Zord I can borrow?" Noah yells that it's all his. "Summon the Q-Rex Zord." Lauren calls out to Jason, asking what is he doing, and Jason says that they have Serpentera's attention. He's gonna make a break for the tower. Make sure they buy him enough time. The Rangers in the Super Zord shout, "Not yet, Serpentera is free, you need to pull back now." Jason aims himself straight for the tower, radioing to Lauren that what she was trying to say before. He feels the same way. Just that he fires the cannon as Serpentera bites down, crushing his Zord. But not in time, as Jason destroys the tower. The Rangers in the Super Zord run in, stabbing Serpentera in the back, and as it falls, Kim asks him, "He got out, right?" And Zach tells her that he doesn't think. But just then a shockwave comes over the field, and Jen calls out, "No, not again!" And through the shattered reality, Drakken steps out, and everything turns white. As it begins to come back into focus, we see a house, and Drakken's mother, Rita, telling him to just try the pie. His father Zordon laughs as he flips through another Drakken Saves the World article, telling Rita, just let the boy be. He's already had his pie. A few moments later, their dog Kruger runs in barking, and Zordon asks, "What is it, boy?" Drakken gets up, looking out the window, stating, "I have to go. We'll then have some pie when I get back, after I've saved the city. He then runs outside, pulling open his chest, revealing a red crystal as he shouts, "It's morphin' time!" Meanwhile, along the coast, 2 energy beasts make their way to the shore, and Lauren asks, are they engaging? Jen tells her no, they have strict orders not to engage until they are on land. Besides, it looks like he's got it under control. Drakken flies by, punching the beasts back, shouting, "You are not welcome here!" And after knocking them into the depths, he floats down before the media as the reporters call out to him, and he says, Okay, one at a time. Zack and Trini hold out microphones, stating, "It's good to see you, my lord. With all of these recent attacks, are you worried?" And Drakken scoffs, asking, "What kind of question is that? The idea that these creatures are attacking our city is enough to keep anyone up at night. I just do what I can to help protect and keep everyone safe. Rest assured, as long as I'm here, there's nothing to worry about. I won't let anyone hurt the people of my world." A voice then asks, "Even if that world is a lie?" Drakken says, "Who said that?" And as he looks at the camera, he sees the reflection of Tommy Oliver looking right back at him. Tommy tells him, "You know it's true. This world shouldn't exist." Drakken steps back. I have to cut things short today. Farewell." He flies up and over to his mansion, and as he lands, his butler Finster says, "Congratulations are in order for another successful fight against the energy beasts." He tells him that it's good to be back, and then he looks at Billy, asking how the car's coming. Billy says that he made a few additions that he's going to love. As Drakken goes to answer him, he looks at the puddle of water, and he sees Tommy Oliver staring back at him again. The very same Tommy Oliver that he killed at the beginning of the Shattered Grid storyline. Just then, Drakken calls back out as more energy beasts are attacking, and he flies by the glass buildings, with Tommy asking, "Do you really think that this place would be enough? That somehow you would feel whole? We both know that it can't. You can't. We both know the truth." Drakken shouts, "I am God!" And he releases a blast, obliterating the energy beasts. As Drakken pauses to take a breath, Tommy tells him, "You're a god who gets winded. You're never supposed to have this much power. No one was." Drakken says, "I'm different." And Tommy says, "Yeah, you are. And we both know why. We know what you saw in the green chaos crystal all those years ago. The vast multiverse. So many Tommy Olivers, and every one that you saw, Tommy Oliver was good. That is in every world except yours." Drakken brushes him off, stating, "You're not real. Just another example of the weakness I have overcome." Tommy stops him, stating, "The weakness that drove you to kill every version of yourself that you could find. You did it so that people here would worship you." Drakken covers his ears, shouting, "You're not real. None of you are real. This isn't real." He turns back, holding out his arms, blasting away everything in sight until there's nothing left. And then he sighs, stating, "It's not real." Over at the juice bar, Kim begins to wrap up for the night when she hears a voice tell her hello. As she looks up, she quickly kneels, stating, "Please forgive me. I didn't know it was you. What can I give you?" The shadowy man says nothing. All he needs is for her to remember. As the figure reaches down, Kim is shocked, and then she remembers everything. The death of Tommy Oliver, going to his funeral, being a Power Ranger. She looks up asking if it's really him, and Tommy smiles, telling her, "Yeah, it is." She cries, and Tommy wipes away the tears, stating, "You're the one who saved me. You may not understand it now, but you will soon." She sighs, stating that she can feel it. Everything is starting to mesh together, and she's starting to get a headache. Jen then calls out that she told her before, eventually she'll get used to it. She looks back to see everyone else standing there, and she runs up, hugging them without a second thought. And Tommy explains that it was Kimberly Hart of Drakken's world that saved them. That night, she shot him with an arrow that contained a shard of the Chaos Crystal. He didn't understand it right then, but he knew that everything was going to be all right. He was pulled away, his very essence taken outside of time and space. He was everywhere and nowhere, a viewer unable to do anything but watch. He touches the counter in front of him and tells her, "That is until I met these other beings." Images of different colored rangers, all with their faces and figures changing. Tommy says that these are the emissaries. They represent the Morphin Masters, and once they regained their power, I was able to connect them all to the Morphin Grid. The Red Master says Zordon of Eltor has spoken highly, pleased to meet him. They are the Grid's last line of defense. They could not anticipate such an attack. Drakken gained access to one of the most powerful objects in all existence, the heart of a master. With it, Drakken took all of the universes across the multiverse and destroyed them, and in their place, he created this world. Tommy goes on stating that Drakken is the power of a god, but the mind of a man filled with self-doubt and self-hatred. The energy beast's attacks are those thoughts of self-doubt manifested. They must pull the heart of the master out of Drakken's chest so that thing can be undone. He knows this is a lot to take in, and he can't do this alone. Jason tells him to just stop. He knows that he's never been alone. Just tell them what they need to do and they'll get it done. Tommy laughs, stating, "I missed you guys. Drakken doesn't know what's going on yet. We need to take advantage of." Before he could finish, there's an explosion from behind, and Drakken shouts, "I don't know how you survived, but I will make sure that this death is much more painful this time." Tommy yells, "The heart is the key. Pin him down. We got this." And Drakken tells them, I am God, you will kneel before me. You failed when I was a man, how can you possibly stop me now? He begins to blast everyone away, but as he focuses on Tommy, Tommy blocks it, stating, I'm going to assume you didn't hear about it yet. I made some friends. Just then, Tommy is hit with a green beam, and he calls out to Jen and Lauren to hit him with everything the Zords can handle. Drakken jumps up towards the two of them, shouting, I'm coming for you! And Tommy calls out, no, this ends now. He reaches up for the heart, and everything fades to black. And Drakken asks, where did my powers go? Tommy tells him, we're both in control of the heart now, equal power, which means no power at all, just us. Drakken charges forward, kicking Tommy in the chest, stating, that was a big mistake. He kicks Tommy down, telling him, you're weak, vulnerable, a disgrace. Why can't you just die? Tommy laughs and leans up, catching Drakken's punch, telling him, because I'm stronger than you. You had the upper hand, but here we are. As the shadow world fades and cracks begin to form in reality, Jen says they have to go. The world is falling apart. And Drakken sits up asking, so this is it. You would destroy what's left of existence, simply to keep me from what I'm destined for. The emissaries open a portal, calling everyone to hurry, and Tommy holds out his hand, stating that if it's really him, he knew that there was always hope. Drakken looks at Tommy's hand, and he turns away, choosing to stay in his world as it falls apart. As everyone runs to the portal, everything turns white, and Zach asks, are we dead now? Billy says no. This is the Morphin Grid, isn't it? The Red Master says a form of it. Yes. But now that they have the heart back, it is possible to undo everything that Drakken has done and put things back to the way they were before. Trini says, wait, before? Wouldn't that mean? And Jen tells her, yeah, you won't remember. Zach then asks, what about the coinless? What about Drakken? Does he get a reset as well? And the Blue Master says that the existence would be returned to its original form as best as it can, though some changes may be inevitable. The multiverse has been broken apart, like a shattered pane of glass. It will never fit back together the way it was originally. Kim says you can never truly get back what you've lost, and Jen tells her now she's starting to get it. Lauren then says everything that they've been through, fought for, sacrificed. And Jason tells her that that's not why they're Power Rangers. They were chosen because they put others above themselves to make the hard decisions for the good of all. Even if they don't remember, that doesn't mean it didn't matter, because it absolutely does. They have to put things back for the good of everyone. Red Master then says that when they're ready, they must put their hands on the heart. Jason looks at Lauren and says that he's going to miss her. And Lauren smiles back, stating that she will too. Kim looks off, stating that this is really going to suck, which would mean her and Tommy look at each other and they kiss. And as everyone places their hands down, Kim says, think of it this way. We're not just saving the world this time, we're saving them all. And with that, everyone fades to white once more as the multiverse is restored. And there you have it. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers are back to where they should be, and they don't remember any of this, allowing this to fit into the normal timeline if they really wanted to. The storyline has continued with Beyond the Grid, which so far, issue 1 is really amazing, keeping some of the awesome designs that came out of Shattered Grid. So let me know what you thought about Shattered Grid down below, and let me know if you're going to read Beyond the Grid, because I definitely am. Boom Studios is doing an amazing job with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers storylines, and Kyle Higgins did leave after the end of Shattered Grid. But that doesn't mean the story's over yet, folks. Don't forget, you can find me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/eligiblemonster, where every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday, me and the rest of the team bring you various podcasts, and then we play video games afterwards, and I'd love for you to come and hang out with us over there. And I guess on that note, I'll see you later. I'm Benny. Bye! Wait, hold on. Great, better ending. It's cool. Ready? Hold on. Okay, so instead of bye, we're going to go back. Everyone just rewind in your brain. Pretend I didn't say bye. Okay, cool. It's morphin' time! There we go. Now, whoever edits this, put a bunch of cool graphics on. Otherwise, I'm going to look like a real idiot.